What's going on, y'all? My soul tribe. So I want to bring to y'all attention that happened not just once, but happened twice.
Jammy on the beat.
Where attempts possibly on my life, but it was done systematic type way. It's not good to say what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, when you want to do it, especially when you've been watched and you've been listening. Now, normally whenever I buy my Colonial silver bottles, right? My Colonial silver bottles, when I'm buying, have the seal on it. But because I had telegraphed and I had spoken it out there, Plan A had the ability to get the seed before B could. And when I go to purchase the Colonial silver bottle, I bust it down and I noticed the seal was already off of it. I ain't know what was in there, but I wasn't going. I took it back, told the man I'm bringing this back, seal broke, he said no problem. And some newer bottles was out there. Another situation happened last week, right? Research Celtic salt. Celtic salt is one of the most better, delicious, beneficial mineral salts that actually is good for our body. Research it and start taking it. So I ordered my Celtic salt, right? And Celtic salt help you to retain water instead of you having your foot swell up with water in it. Your foot swell up with too much water in it. Well, Celtic salt to change all that. Do your research. So I ordered the Celtic salt, right? And when I get it and I open it up, the seal was already off of it. Most people might be like, because y'all think harmless air or it's nothing. I ain't finna worry about that. I ain't gonna trip on that. That's what a lot of you will probably think. Well, hey, I got my product. I want my product. I'ma use my product regardless. That's a fool's move. That seal was bust down on it. And I pretty much sent it back. Nah. I called them, right? Because I ordered it from Amazon, right? So I called them like, hey, yo, this product's defective, the seal off of it. I don't know what the hell's in here. I need my product. I can send it back. Listen, this is how you know something's in it. First, the first lady, when I say, yo, I want the same item that I ordered, I don't want this, I sent it back. She was like, well, it's no more in stock. And this item, we can refund you the money. I said, no, I ain't going, boot, got rid of her, right? Spoke to another sales associate from Amazon. She say, she didn't say it wasn't in stock like the first one did, because whatever's in that salt, they didn't want to have nothing to do with it. Or whatever's on the other end, they didn't want to have nothing to do with it. They say, you know, we can reimburse you. But that item we can't have. Meaning that item we don't want back. Where they do that at? Anywho, what I'm saying to say, move differently, never telegraph, never say what you're going. Even in my me leaving y'all my contact information, it's not really my contact information, but it's my contact information. My phone number is a text now number, not my actual number. But for my soul tribe and content creators and those wishing to, you know, dialogue, interview your boy, it's good. And the address, not my address, but nevertheless, if you was to leave something, I can still connect and get whatever it is that you want me to have or whatnot, or reach out to. So you have to move a little bit strategic. A lot of y'all tapped into your abilities and growing in your abilities. And a lot of you are afraid to let it be known, right, about your gifts, your abilities. Move how you feel you need to move. And as you will know, those in my soul tribe, your gifts and abilities will increase. If you're doing what is expected of you, your powers and gifts and abilities will increase. When I'm connected with my soul tribe, my mediumship that I've noticed that I'm gonna share with you, when I'm connected with my soul tribe, I can hear your voice internally as well as audible. When I'm connected with my soul tribe, your voice will flow from my mouth, audible, as well as internal. That's how powerful this connection is. There's so much that we are able to do, but I'm just skimming the surface to understand that a lot of you are also connected with this energy, with this vibration. Understand, the longer you go without using your knives, physically, eating and drinking, and you fast for certain things, the more powerful your inabilities will be. Don't doubt it. Because with faith, we can move a mountain. Alright? You have to understand that the laws of the universe and certain laws that's connected to certain type of dimensions are not of this caliber. You understand? As above, so below only apply to a certain dimension, geographical dimension. Certain laws and orders are different at different planes, different astral planes. You understand? How things are delegated, orchestrated, dictated, handled, and carried out, implemented, laws and policies are not the same in certain dimensions. You see, what identified that when you look at the ocean and the sea world, the laws are different on speed. Traffic, you don't see no traffic signs, as above, so below. You don't see no overseers as you see it. But the laws under the ocean is different. Ocean is like ocean. But understand that in the water it's way different as it is in these dimensions. Like atoms that you can't see. You can't see the atoms that you breathe in. You can't see the molecules. You can't see the germs that cause bacteria. You can't see that. But nevertheless, it doesn't mean that it don't exist. It doesn't mean that it's not there. What I'm telling you is, depending on the argon or the nectar who's governing them realms, on how the laws are different. You see, anytime that you have one who's a governor govern over a certain geographic, you got your mayors,
Jammy on the beat, boy.
you got your governor, you got your lawmakers. You understand? But in certain realms, on how things are implemented, is totally different. You see, what identified with this fact, this actual faction, the pharaohs of ancient Egyptian times, the laws that they governed, that they stood on, is different. But they implemented these laws and spread their wings to make it applicable and made it enforced when they sent their decree out, just as Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did. He sent a decree to follow that there should be no God but one God. You shall worship XYZ, and this is how it shall be set forth. Well, he wasn't the only one that did that, because the mind creates it. Listen, the spirit receives it, the mind creates it, the body carries it out. Their laws is totally different to understand on how a royal bloodline sanctioned by the source of which it came from, source energy, placed not a battery but a connection. You can't see the royal bloodlines as being just batteries, much more. You see, we have to be placed in a position and are held accountable by what we do and how we do what we do. You see, the pharaohs of ancient time sent an order and a way to adhere to follow that which source has sent down. Just as the sunlight sends its information, the energy to heat up a seed, to help a seed to grow, photosynthesis sends that light information that feeds the greenery of vegetation. The same thing applies to you light workers. The same thing applies to those who's connected to this way of ours. We are held to a higher standard because you have to be the example. You have to be the vicegerents. When you know, you know. When you know better, you do better. When you've been touched by the divine ordinance and you was given into the decree of what is expected of you, and you don't do it, do not think sugar sweet. Because everyone are held accountable anytime that you go on a job and you sign up for that job and you don't do what is expected of you. It's more than a job, it's more than work. You understand? The only way this planet is going to evolve is these light workers. And not just light workers. I'm not going to say just light workers, because the duality of light and dark is imperative to understand and comprehend what you have to be able to move accordingly. The way we move is different than the world moves. Spiritual, physical, metaphysical. Make sure that you're doing your purification baths. Make sure you give it to those that's in need. Make sure you taking care of the homeless. Be sure when you see a cat or a dog in need, you give it. Because that's the problem with humans on this earth. They don't help. Be sure that you are getting your time alone and making sure that you meditate. It's important that you meditate. It's important that you set some time for yourself to really allow yourself to tap in. Because in doing this work, it required you to tap into your spiritual, your metaphysical body. The avatar represents you and the realms in which you connected to. A lot of you are connected to a higher side of yourself. You just got to tap in, meditate. Tap into your meditation. Don't be afraid to chant. Raise your vibration, because you happen to represent the beacons of light. You represent the North Star on this world to send a sequence of vibrations to change the world.